I'm John Bennett from Mazda, and you're watching SpeedSource TV.
Okay, Marcus, so show us how you get this information into your computer and what kind of things on the car give you that information.
Sure. So what we do when the car comes in, what we'll do first is we'll turn on the main power and we'll plug in. That connects us to the dash. We'll open up this program and we can go ahead and we can connect and offload the data that was logged from that previous session.
Okay.
This dash in particular could log over about 8 to 9 hours of data, continuous. So it has the range to log an entire race easily, and we can go back when we get back to the shop and analyze all that data.
So in a 24-hour race, though, you can only get 8 or 9 hours?
What we'll do in a 24-hour race is we'll reduce the logging rates on all the sensors. So we'll log everything at a reduced rate to reduce accuracy and reduce resolution, but that allows us to get an overall picture of what's going on for the whole race.
And does that also hide some of the mistakes then?
Yeah, it does. It does mask a lot of things.
All right,
so
very good.
Good for the drivers.
Okay, so now show us some of the sensors on the car and how they give you that information.
Sure. As we walk around the car right now, we go to the front suspension. Inside of the front suspension here, we have a suspension position sensor, which shows us how the wheels are moving, how the shocks are behaving as we go around a course. That in turn was the data that I showed in the previous screen. As we go around the car some more, we have a fuel pressure sensor, engine temperature, oil pressure, engine coolant pressure, all sorts of sensors to log engine vitals. We have a steering position sensor so that we could look at what the driver's doing, how the driver's behaving around the course.
So on the steering position sensor, that I presume then that's telling you how much steering input, and so for instance if one driver had more steering input than the other, maybe they would be having more problem with understeer. Is that correct? Those are the kind of things you're looking for?
That is correct. We can look at the steering angle that the driver is actually putting into the car and find out if one driver is having more tendency for understeer or oversteer if he's making correction. We'll use that with the throttle position sensor to find out how the car is behaving and how the driver's actually driving the vehicle itself and how we could tune the vehicle. As we go along inside the car, at the pedal assembly here, we have brake pressure sensors and, as I mentioned earlier, the throttle position sensor. That allows us to find out how the driver is actually driving the car around the course. We also have a lateral accelerometer, which shows us the lateral G's, as well as the longitudinal accelerometer shows us the longitudinal acceleration that the car is making. So how hard we're actually cornering and how hard we're actually braking or accelerating.
All right, Marcus, thanks very much for showing us the car and how that all works. And also just remember, any of the problems you find with me, it's just between you and I, okay? And anything else you want to say to the fans out there?
No, thanks for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you guys at the next race.